And it's your boy James Ellsworth, and you're listening to Long Island's #1 wrestling podcast,
Monty
and the Pharaoh. Duh.
All right, man. Welcome back to Indie Music TV, where we are now having the ESS promotion auction, and in the middle between me and the Pharaoh, we're running this show today, Pharaoh. We've taken over for Eric.
We've taken over.
After he froze up like a fucking
Did he?
lamb last one. Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah. You didn't see that, did you?
No, I didn't.
It was pretty deadly. But anyway, in the middle is future Hall of Famer and ECW and WWE superstar Al Snow.
Let's not get carried away now.
Why? Why not?
Future Hall of Fame.
We can make you a Hall of Famer, bro.
Well, somewhere.
We just did.
I'm somewhere. I'm going to be in the Hall of
You're
Fame
a Hall
somewhere.
of Famer on our end. So, this is the way it's going to work,
Planned
people.
out of this
This is the way it's going to work, people. It's really pretty simple, right? We're going to put some pictures up for auction. The prices are 8x10 photos at 20,
Pretty pictures.
11x14 at 30. We have special art prints of Al. They're 11x14. Those are 40.
Paint me like one
And
of your
if you-
French whores.
There you go.
Wee-wee!
Nothing like that.
Yeah, Claude painted me like one
Claude.
of his French whores.
And if you want something inscribed, that's an extra $5. So we're going to open up with just straight pictures. But first, we're going to go through the pre-sale. So this is for Jay. Jay's going to be signed in a silver pen, Al. To
Okay.
Jay. In a
Jay.
silver pen. And then once you're signed,
All right, Jay.
hold it up.
Jay LaFoe. So,
Jay LaFoe.
Thank you, Jay.
But he just wants Jay, right?
To Jay, exactly how I
Jay,
put it up
thank
there.
you, my friend, for
To-
ordering. We
to-
really
to
appreciate
Jay.
it. And thank you for the support.
Calm down to the peanut gallery out there, please.
All right.
We're trying to conduct a show
Tim.
here.
Al's a big guy,
You
and I
go
don't
get
want
that
any
and
problems.
put it in the other room.
Eric,
Yeah.
we're trying to be professional.
Al, how have you maintained your fitness over the years? I mean, this particular photo you're signing right now has got you in all different stages of your career. How do you stay in such great shape?
I just try to work out as much as I can.
Farrell,
and-
can you show that picture to Jay so you can see what was signed, that beautiful picture?
yeah,
All
I've got
right.
really good
I'm
handwriting.
assuming it's over at this camera. There you go, Jay.
How's
How am I
that
doing,
look?
Matt? Can you see that at home for the fine folks at home here at the Monty and the Pharaoh auction with Al Snow?
It's looking beautiful.
My
There you go,
handwriting's really
Jay.
good. Ivory one time told me that I wrote like a chick.
Nice.
You wrote like a chick?
Yeah.
What
so
does that mean? You have
I guess nice handwriting.
pretty
Yeah.
penmanship.
You know,
Yeah.
we'll get on that, but like, how did you deal with around those hot divas all the time?
It was interesting.
Over his body?
Hold
Something
on.
like this?
Bingo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't like I was asking the question, everybody, but we could wait. All right, this is to Israel. Israel doesn't look like he has any special color there, Eric.
No, he didn't ask for anything. No.
All right, and that is also with your Job Squad shirt on with head.
Yeah.
What
Actually,
do we got there?
And if you guys have not shared it, please share it on your pages. Let's up the
Again.
fan base in the room here.
well, if you had more fans.
Damn, Eric, I don't know what to say anymore.
Yeah, let's get more fans in. So if you
Everybody,
you
we
share
want
it, you want to share it.
Everybody, we want to thank everybody for joining us. Yes, Jordan, Al is jacked. That's for sure. Brandon, thanks for joining. All right, guys. Once Al's done with the pre-sale, we're going to start moving on to a picture.
Here's this Israel right there.
Israel, thank you for the order.
Thank you, Israel, for the order.
Thank you, Israel. All right, so this is the way it's going to work, guys. We're going to put up a picture. The picture will be up for about 8 minutes. Take a look at it, see if you're interested in it, and let's
Hey, if
keep
you're
this
not,
moving.
maybe I'll do a different pose. I don't know.
You might pose differently.
You know,
never
right
know.
now there's a clown being hung to the right of us. I don't know if you noticed that. I can't tell anymore.
Well,
Dick and Doink are causing chaos over here.
We had that conversation about that clown being hung.
Picture number 1, $20 with Al Snow's signature. With inscription, it's 25. This is Al in his Job Squad shirt, along with his friend Head and
Confidant.
confidant,
Some
friend.
would say lover.
Let's get some orders in, people.
I
Al
wouldn't
is an
discuss
icon.
our private kind of stuff.
We're going to throw this on the board up there, Farrell, if you can reach over. We're going to throw it right on top there.
Let's see. Haven't had any drinks today. Let's see how that turns out.
How's that looking?
Is that okay?
So,
man?
guys,
That looks like I've had some drinks today.
Yeah, you look a little wobbly there.
Farrell, can I get that first packet there?
certainly,
Because I'm
man.
expecting
So, and if
orders
anybody
to come
wants
in.
to order a Al Snow picture, write in and we'll take good care of you over here.
All right, guys, we got Al here. So, Al, do you remember anything about that picture you took right there?
Yes, actually, it was when I first came back with WWF at the time. That was in Chicago at TV, and I was not aware that it was going to be a promo photo. They did not tell me that. They
Right.
just said, hey, we want to take some pictures. And I forget which one of the girls, one of the divas, had braided Head's hair and at that time. And then we took the photo. I had the Job Squad shirt on, took the photo, and then they put out my promo photo. I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, I would have changed my appearance a little bit more and not had Head's hair braided if I had known.
But that kind of makes the picture kind of special, though, doesn't it? Right? It's just not an ordinary mannequin head. It's got braided hair.
Braided hair, yeah, and it's not an ordinary mannequin head. There are many personalities in there, and they all
Real quick,
want
can
to
you,
come to the forefront.
Mark, I see that. You want to pin comments, but can you, Matt, throw up ESS's information on the board there, please? Thank you. So, Mark, we're going to post it right on the screen here. You can see where to send payment to.
It is on a graphic on the screen, the PayPal.
I don't see it. Is it
don't
up
see
there?
it.
Very tiny.
Oh, it's on the bottom. No, it has to be bigger. People don't have that.
That's what she said.
Bigger.
It has
bigger.
It has to
bigger.
be Claude size, please.
Claude size.
Claude size.
Claude size.
Yeah.
So, Eric, since you're on microphone, Mark's asking how to make payment. You have your email address there,
So
buddy?
it's ESS316 at AOL.com. Everybody can,
Are you serious? ESS
if you check out this
316.
right here,
much.
ESS316 at AOL.com. Send us goods and services. It protects you and helps me and gets me to get it out to you quicker, so I don't have to write in all the stuff for your address with the PayPal.
All right, guys, you've got 6 minutes before this picture goes off, and it is gone.
And if
It is not
anybody
going
wants to
anywhere.
know, it's ESS 316 at AOL.com.
Exactly.
You think that's kind of funny.
Well, you know.
What?
What?
Buy an Al Snow picture. What?
Mike, you got to forgive me. The's no right way to ask this. Al, can you tell us about the first time you were given head?
Certainly.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Absolutely.
He knows what I mean.
I know exactly.
You're giving away gold, by the way.
I found Head, like most of us do, in Philadelphia, in a back room where they were doing the Mummers Day
Like
parade
most of us do
floats.
find.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right about
You find
that.
it. Yeah.
Were you pleased to find head?
I was thrilled.
Okay.
If
Did
it
you
hadn't
know
been
at the time
for
that this was going to be like
No.
such a huge part of your career?
No, I had no idea. I mean, I had went, quite honestly, I knew when I made the conscious decision that I was wanting to try to quit WWF at the time because I had a really bad attitude, which was my own fault.
Okay.
And I, wanted to quit, and they rolled over my contract for another year. That was a big rib. And
I'm going to teach you a lesson.
and then thanks to, Candido,
Chris
and then
Candido.
Paul Heyman was secretly working with Vince at the time, and Candido went to Paul, and Paul went to Bruce Prichard, and I was put on loan, and I knew I had to go somewhere else, get myself over.
Yeah.
I couldn't stay.
Guys, you got 6
there.
minutes here. Let's go. Support ESS and Al Snow. Let's go, people.
Time's a ticking.
Let's
on.
go.
Time's a ticking.
Didn't mean to
I
interrupt
couldn't
you.
That's okay. You just yell out whenever you want.
You got it.
But I couldn't stay in WWF because if I did, I wouldn't go any further. I didn't
Right.
feel like, and I had to go someplace else, get myself over to where
Right.
they would see me in a different manner. So
Were you aware at the time that?
All right, guys,
Vince
who
was
wants
working secretly?
something?
no, none of us really were. We kind of had, an idea, but
Interesting.
nobody really had any real confirmation. It was all just speculation at that point in time. So, but it was a great opportunity. I went, and the one thing that I can always thank Paul for is that he'll let me do whatever I wanted. Just he set me out, and that was let you do what you needed to do.
Right.
And,
This is a
it
beautiful
worked.
photo. What was the average day for a photo session? Did that take up your whole day?
No,
or-
because you were at TV, so you were doing multiple things all throughout the day. That's why a lot of people don't realize that the wrestlers, I think, still to this day, have to show up like around noon, 1 o'clock for television, and they're there until the end of the day. I mean, I'm sure, but Ray could tell you, Doink could tell you that back in the day that those guys would show up at noon and they wouldn't leave the building until midnight, 1 o'clock, because
Right.
they'd have to film 3 or 4 weeks worth of TV at a time.
A lot more pressure on you doing TV compared to
3
a house
minutes,
show?
guys. This picture's coming off the board. Come on, let's go.
Let's grab some, folks.
There's definitely pressure all the time because
Okay.
you're either the thing that's selling the tickets for everybody to come to the show, or you're one of the things that help sell tickets for people to come to the show. And if you don't serve one of those two purposes,
Yeah.
and you're only as good as the last match you had, and your name comes up every week, and if it don't make it around the table, you're gone.
Hey, do you know Johnny Photo when you were in the WWE?
Yeah.
Johnny's a good friend of ours. So,
Is he?
Yeah, we went to school with him.
Yeah, I remember him, which is surprising for me considering all the head injuries. So,
How's it? Does the staff mark out for you guys at all?
the staff, like.
Like, the regular
other
staff, not
workers
the
in
wrestlers
company,
and
the-
things.
I'm sure some of them
the
are
unsung
fans.
heroes of the
I'm
WWE.
sure some of them are fans as well as working there.
Oh yeah, they definitely are, and a lot of they were awesome, terrific people. I mean, and let's face it, if it weren't for all of them, there's so many people in that organization that make that show, and no one person's bigger than the show itself. I mean, no one is, but
Even back then with some of the personalities like a Stone Cold Steve Austin.
same thing.
Interesting.
No one is. That's why wrestlers shake each other's hands, and they all within the business, everybody, oh, it's out of respect. And, it has nothing to do with respect. It's the fact that you can't make money by yourself.
Right.
So you're gonna, Vince will shake your hand and tell you thank you. You'll shake the camera guy's hand and tell him thank you, because if it isn't for him shooting you and making you look good, you're not going to be a star.
Right.
The lighting guy, you're going to tell him thank you, because if it weren't for the lights and all of that, you're not going to be able to get yourself over to make money.
Who came up with the idea to have "Help Me" written backwards on your forehead?
I did. I
was
did.
brilliant.
Yeah, I figured it was like a subconscious cry for help.
When you pitched it, they liked it right away, or you just decided to do it and go? Let's
Well, I
see
just
what
did
they
it.
say?
I just did it.
Interesting.
Yeah, and Paul never told me to stop doing it, so I just kept doing it.
Okay.
And that's a thing that a lot of people don't understand is that like Vince too, like he'll give you have the free, or you used to, you had the freedom to go out there and you do what you feel you need to do. And if it works, great. If it doesn't work, well, then that's a problem.
Right. How about
But you've got to be willing to take that chance and believe in yourself.
Sure. How about the night, that infamous ECW night with all the heads given out to the crowd? What was your memories of that night? Because that was absolute madness.
Oh, it was awesome. It was an incredible event, and it was an incredible memory, and I was blessed to be a part of it. So.
All right, everybody, we're going to pull that picture off the board. Farrah, you want to take that picture off the board? And we're going to throw that bad boy right in here.
All right.
All right, guys, we got a lot of different things. We've got a event Royal Rumble chair we'll be auctioning shortly. We've got some Al Snow figures, and obviously a whole bunch of pictures. Again, to remind everybody, 8x10 photos at $20.
Later in the show, I'll be doing my song and dance act.
That's what I'm talking about.
Singing
11
and
by
dancing.
14, $30. 11 by 14 art print, $40. And then if you picture you want, Al Snow with the word, with head or something like that, that's an extra $5, make it at $25.
I'll be making an attempt to play a harmonica in my rectal orifice.
That's what I'm talking. Now that is worth about $100. So if that
There you
goes
go.
on, we're talking about that. So
That's money, boys. That's
What are you going to play?
entertainment.
Behind Blue Eyes?
very good, very witty, Farrell.
I'm
Very
sorry,
witty,
I'm sorry.
very witty, very witty.
Wow,
I'm
traveling.
repulsed.
All right, the
Thank
next
you.
picture is
Traveling
picture
down
number
the dirt
2.
road.
This is Al Snow with the Job Squad with head on a stick.
Ah.
So there's a head on a shaft, which
Easy
will work
now.
out.
Oh,
Easy,
just so
big
you know,
fella.
on over there. What was that?
Nothing.
A shafted head?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shafted head.
I don't know if
Head got the shaft.
That sounds fair.
Head got the shaft.
Job Squad. Tell us about whether or not you feel that
Kenny
you got-
Depp out there. Place an order, buddy. Come on now.
Come on, Ken.
Mark, what about you, brother? Let's get an order in, bud.
Do you feel that the Job Squad got enough of a push?
It shouldn't have gotten a push.
Should
It
have.
was no. It was.
Interesting.
It was. It was
That
a.
kind of defeats the whole purpose of being a Job Squad? Is that what we're getting at?
No, it was. It was a insider term.
Okay.
And it was a smart alecky comment that I made one time as a joke to Cornette, and then it kind of took off within the ECW because that was it was a marginalized audience that understood it and
Right.
enjoyed it, but with a mainstream or a general audience, it would be very tough to market or to push in a wrestling context to a regular audience. They're not going to understand the concept of it.
Where are you and Jim Cornette today?
Oh, I love Jimmy. I think Jimmy's great. Jimmy's a very intelligent, very well informed, very well learned, expert on professional wrestling, and he holds fast to his beliefs, and
He's a lifer.
you don't
He's for real.
necessarily have to agree with him. But if you want to learn, you'd be smart to listen to him and garner what you can from him, and then use it and make it work for you in today's environment.
Your timing was so fantastic to be, at the height of your career during the late 90s, during the Attitude Era and the Monday Night Wars and all of those good things. So answer me this.
Okay.
Underrated or overrated? Vince Russo.
Vince Russo's a controversial figure, but Vince Russo was an integral part in back in the Attitude Era and in the Monday Night Wars. Vince is very creative, and he gave a lot of opportunities to a lot of people.
7
that
minutes left,
normally
everybody.
would not.
Al Snow with head on a stick. Let's go. Get your orders in.
Head on a
$20
stick.
for this 8
Head
by
on a
10
stick.
photo.
That wouldn't have gotten the opportunities, and was able to capitalize and give everyone on the show back then had a definable character that you could turn to your friends and family and go, hey, you got to watch this show. There's this guy. He's A, B, C, D, E, up and down the card. And I think that he and Vince McMahon are, they work. It works. But he by himself, I think that it doesn't click the same.
Strange question. I agree with you. It's pretty obvious that Vince Russo alone was certainly not as effective as Vince Russo collaborating with Vince McMahon.
Yes.
Is Vince McMahon and Vince Russo collaborating together possibly the greatest TV combo like we might have ever seen because of the ratings and the success of the company at the time? Were the two of them together like absolute magic? And what was the percentage? Was it 60-40 Vince?
I don't know.
I wonder. That's why I'm asking you.
Yeah,
Perhaps
I really couldn't tell you. I don't know what
Okay.
the percentage is. I know that, Vince Russo probably brought to Vince a different outlook and a different.
So we have
creative
Val
direction.
Venus watching the program.
Hey,
now.
Val.
And he says he wants to say, tell him how he would kick your ass backstage right before he'd kick your ass in the ring. You got any stories with Val Venus?
Oh, when we would call a match and Val would curse like he was a sailor with Tourette's when calling a match. And one night I thought it was funny that as we would be calling a match, every expletive was creatively inserted in there, and in the dialogue that we got a big laugh out of it. And ask Val if he needs me to put his new phone number up on this platform like I did on TV. I'm glad to do it.
Let's do that.
What?
Let's do that. We go all prank. We go all prank Val Venus. What do you think?
I'm sure Val's thrilled.
Val's laughing. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
How about better yet, Val? Why don't you pony up fucking $25 and buy a fucking picture? What do you think about that?
How about that?
Instead of talking shit,
How about
buy
you
a
some
picture.
of your Bitcoin now?
Hello, 20.
Use some of your Bitcoin and buy a picture.
Fucking pay Eric Sims.
Cheap bastard.
Fucking.
Oh my God!
I guess I should mention that Val Venus is touring with ESS September 19th, 20 week.
Go, Eric.
Not anymore, is it?
Oh my God! Another great guest in the past on Monty. and the
4
Val
minutes
Venus.
left, people. Come on now. Let's go. Let's get these orders in.
Do you remember taking this photo by any chance?
That photo was taken after a match where I had slid in and had placed the head in the back of Jeff Jarrett's trunks, and then they took the photo of me when I'm holding it. So
Right.
holding them, much like I did every night.
Now, apparently, this mannequin does not hurt so bad at the end of the day, according to you.
I'm sorry?
If you said that this thing doesn't really split people open, what are you trying to get at?
Hey,
here?
Ken, how about you just buy one? Don't worry about what Val does, what Shawn does. Why don't you buy a
All depends on the
picture,
conversation that I have with him prior to us going out there. That makes the difference.
All right, people, remember, 8x10 photos, $20. 11x14 photo, $30. 11x14 art print is $40, and then if you get an inscription, that's an extra $5. So an 8x10 will be $25.
Or Matt, our producer's mom's phone number.
Oh, no.
For 50.
No.
So.
No.
Ken Depp, let's buy a photo here, bro.
Yeah, what's that?
My mama ain't cheap, man.
That's right.
Oh, my
Damn.
God.
She's.
Are you going to
that's
add
right.
sales tax? What are you doing? New York City? This is terrible.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with pawning up your mom for some cash.
I can't
all right?
anymore. I really can't.
Some more candy.
I agree. You can't sell it cheap.
No, you can't.
That's for sure.
Worth every penny.
That is
Worth
rough.
every penny. He's a young guy, so it means his mom is young.
Good.
Let me ask you something.
No!
You know, you're married now, right?
Yes, I am.
So, can we make believe you're single? You okay with that?
Sure, yeah.
sure.
I'm single.
So, at your age now, would you
Yeah.
date anything under 30 years old?
No.
Me neither.
No.
Interesting.
My daughter is like 32. I'd be creepy.
Oh, I thought you would.
No. I wouldn't. And what? Look, and we're two different points of life. What are we going to have a conversation about?
But this is true. You're right. There's not a lot to converse about, but
No, there's not.
there's a lot of advantages of the younger woman, right?
There's a lot of disadvantages too. Let me tell you something. You're going to get to a point in your life, okay? If you have, I don't know how we got.
I'm there, man. We're like the same age, so
Welcome
we're
to Andy and the Pharaoh. This is
Right.
how we got here. Go on.
You're going to get to a
Lord.
certain point. You have enough experience, and you're going to look, and you're going to go, "Is she hot for more than an hour?" Because if at the end of that hour, if she's like, "Hey, what are we going to do tomorrow?" and you're thinking to yourself, "I got a better question. Why are you still here?"
Yeah, well, that's a
it's
good
just,
point.
It's not worth it.
That is a good point.
It's not worth the aggravation.
I do know one that you had a very attractive second wife, right? She was a ex-wrestler, right?
Oh, yeah, Cindy Bobcat.
How,
yeah.
how did you end up hooking up with Cindy Bobcat?
Oh, we were both wrestlers and met, and then developed a relationship, and then that relationship unfortunately went sour, and then we parted ways.
Is it? Look, you're a good-looking guy, but she
I
was.
hope. I look great when you turn the lights off.
Okay, well, you're a lights off type of guy.
Yeah.
Me too.
But
But
Something before
she
electricity.
was
Is that
hot.
what
She was really hot. Was there like an imbalance there? Like, did you ever feel like that she was so hot that it was like?
No,
No.
no,
An imbalance.
no,
We got 50 seconds on this
Shall we
photo.
sure
people.
do?
no. I
Oh
never
my
felt
God.
that.
Because life's got to be a balance, right? you
Sure,
can't have
yeah.
one hotter than the other because
can't
it gets
do
very
that.
uncomfortable,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you're trying to say you were as hot as her?
No, I didn't care. I mean, if I have had, I've been in relationships with lots of hot women and have been very grateful that the female of the species clearly isn't as visually driven as we are.
No, this is true. This
My
is
wife
true.
now is incredibly hot, and
I'm talking about.
And let me tell you something, I couldn't be happier. Because
for you.
if I were the hot one in the, I wouldn't be happy about that.
Now, do you have children just with your first wife, or
I've got an army.
you got an army of
Yeah,
children?
I got 6 kids. We've between my wife that I have now and my previous wife, we've got like 6 kids altogether. It's 3
Do you
boys and 3
discourage or
girls.
All right.
encourage wrestling?
We're taking that picture off
Neither
the
one.
board.
Neither one.
Take that
Neither
picture
one.
off the board, Farrell.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, next up, we're going to do an auction, everybody. All right, we've got a Al Snow WrestleMania doll here from a Jax.
It's not a doll; it's an action figure.
All right, I'm sorry.
Hey,
All right.
and there's nothing but
This is
action
going
in
up
that
for auction,
package.
so we're asking people to bid on this. Opening bid will be $65.
all right, $65. Do we have 65? Who wants to make
That
the first bid of
will be signed
$65?
on there. You've got Al
$65.
Snow
Can I have
and
someone make a
Head.
$65 bid? $65.
Eric
Who's the
Sims
first to make
apparently having a
$65? It's Al
over on the
Snow.
far
What
side of
type
the
of
room.
action figure is it?
Yeah,
This is. Can you grab me that action figure there, pal? We'll leave it up there. I'll grab
that's
the other one.
the
What
that's
is it?
the
What is that?
infamous.
That's the,
We've got 2 of these, people.
If I can,
what is it? It's the.
if you
I
not
can't do-
talk,
I'm in the
I
peanut
can
gallery
tell what
over
it
here.
is.
I'm socially distanced from everybody. I'm
I
sorry.
could.
You are socially
I'm
distanced.
sorry. I'm in
We
the
could
peanut
s-
gallery over
Maybe
here.
we could socially distance you
Go ahead.
too.
Oh boy.
That is the infamous action figure that was banned from the Walmart stores.
Oh, yeah.
And made me a national news event for about a week and a half.
$65 for a national news event item. We've got 2 that are auctioning.
Who do we want for $65? Can we have someone make a $65 bid?
Can they hear you?
Who wants a 60? I have a microphone right here.
Oh, do you?
I do.
I thought you were just yelling that to yourself.
No.
Ken Depp, this isn't a poster, my friend. You've
What?
got a...
Well,
Do
literally
I have a
action
$65
figure
bid?
here,
Do I have a
bro. Auction up,
$65
bro.
bid?
Wondering if you were doing it to your like just yelling over there for no reason. Or
No, I have a microphone here, and I got my cell
well.
phone. I'm looking at. I'm trying to watch the feed
Good,
here.
because thank God I thought you had finally lost it, but you'd went around the bend.
I'm not. I haven't lost anything. I'm right there.
I was like,
You are on it.
we are going to have to tranquilize Dart. this
No.
Al, if you can, about the item that's going up right now.
Yeah.
What was the point of contention over this doll that caused such an uproar?
2 women who were, of all things, assistant professors of communication at a college in Georgia. Came into this Walmart, and I'm still number 5 on the list of things that are banned that they feel are unsafe to sell to the community at Walmart. Granted, you can still get an AR-15.
Oh, sure.
And your hunting knife, so
Yeah,
you can
sure.
dismember your victim.
Absolutely.
After you've shot them at Walmart.
Right.
I got beat out by Pregnant Barbie, which was bullshit.
Pregnant Barbie.
Pregnant
Yeah,
Barbie?
she's number 1.
Pregnant Barbie is number 1.
They walked in, and without doing any actual homework or actual gathering of any real information, made an assumption that this was a decapitated woman's head, and sent a letter to the Atlanta Constitution, who, of course, because wrestling was very hot back then, immediately printed it, and Walmart freaked out and pulled them all off the shelves.
But it's a mannequin head.
Yeah, and what was really funny was that 2 weeks later, the premiere of the movie with Johnny Depp, the Headless Horseman,
Right.
came out, and in their action figure
we go.
was actually 2 decapitated heads. But apparently, according to the women that wrote this, these assistant professors of communication,
ASS, the key letters at the beginning of those
Yes.
titles. Go on.
they pointed out that my action figure was a training manual for future spousal abusers.
Really now.
Yeah, so which I thought was a great marketing idea, and suggested to Jack Specific that they include a manual like that in future sales of action figures, and they of course turned that down. So,
What do you mean, like a manual on not how to beat your wife?
or how to?
Oh.
Yeah.
How to. Very interesting. What did it feel like when they had an action figure made for you? How's that feel? That's got to
it's
be
a
out
piece
of...
of-
Again, guys,
piece
this
of
action figure's on
immortality.
auction for $65.
Piece of immortality. I mean, no matter what happens now, that thing's, I've always like whenever I was in a video game or, they've made numerous action figures. I mean, it's one of the most amazing things because long after your career is over, you're still going to have those things that are still going to be around.
Right.
And the fact that quite honestly, Rush Limbaugh covered it, CNN covered it.
Wow.
Time Magazine wrote a story about it. It was Jay Leno and David Letterman all did things in their opening monologue about it. It was for about a week and a half. It was literally insane. We were in Philadelphia the day that I found out, and the top 3 news stories on every major affiliate, Fox, ABC, CBS, NBC, was the Bosnian peace process, the mayoral race for Philadelphia, and my action figure being pulled from the shelves.
Wow.
And it was incredible. It really was.
Wow.
I wish I had capitalized on it more and taken advantage of it, but unfortunately I couldn't see the forest for the trees at that point in time.
I have to assume growing up, you must have certainly, maybe possible, not
3
certainly,
minutes
but
on this item, $65 the opening bid. We've got 2. These are WrestleMania.
Who wants an Al
Snow?
Snow action figure?
See, now I feel better that I know he has a mic now. So I just thought he was.
You thought he was just talking to
I
himself.
thought he
Have an
just
Al
needed
Snow
his
action
medicine.
figure. Who wants an Al Snow action
There
figure?
might have been something in those heroes. That's what
I
I was
don't
talking
know.
about that we had for lunch.
If
but
he
that's-
starts putting the travel pillow on here around his neck while he's over there,
Certainly worth the entertainment.
I'm hiding here back in the peanut gallery. Yes.
But At the last auction, what do you call it? Ellsworth knocked him off his game early.
Ellsworth was piling on quite early.
You know what, though, Eric? Everybody loves you, bro. That's what it's all about. You know what? You are the #1 pro wrestling
BS
promoter in the
with
Northeast. Minus 20.
No stress with ESS.
No stress with ESS.
Unbelievable. So, did you have a G.I. Joe figure growing up or anything like that? Evil Knievel maybe or something?
Oh, Evil Knievel? Yeah, man. Now
Okay.
talk about a badass.
Yeah.
Now, come on.
I had one of those.
Snake
Now,
River Canyon.
now, come on. Be
Snake
honest.
River Canyon.
Be honest. When we grew up, men were men.
Yes. Yes.
Okay? We literally had Buzz Aldrin. We had,
Right.
we had, not Buzz Lightyear, Buzz Aldrin.
Right.
What did Tony Soprano
We had,
talk about? Gary Cooper?
Neil Armstrong. These guys went to the moon and back. I don't care what you think with your conspiracy stuff.
Right. That was TV.
If that
was.
Listen, if it was a work, don't you think that somebody from around the world would have stooged it off?
Yeah, by
really?
now.
Yeah, they were
confirmed?
executed. They were murdered.
I doubt that. I mean, somebody in a foreign country would have been like,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think
that's
we were up
BS.
there.
No, well, we might have got to the moon eventually.
Look at you, Captain Conspiracy.
Trying to say.
over here.
You just
Did you have a
started
Planet of
it
the
up.
Apes doll set too?
No, I did not
I
have a Planet of
did.
the
I
Apes
did.
doll
Where it
set.
had like the whole jungle set.
But I
and stuff.
did
What'd you
watch
sing,
Planet of
Dr.
the
Zayas to
Apes
yourself?
back when it was released in the drive-ins.
Did you really?
Yes.
Nice.
And I got to tell you, Charlton Heston, probably one of the worst overactors I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Finally did it.
I didn't. I never knew it. I never knew it until as I got older. Because at Easter or whatever. Hey man, you been drinking? What's going on? You got to watch. You got to watch the Ten Commandments. Like that was the biggest thing. You got to watch the Ten
Totally
Commandments.
overacted. But
Right?
back then, everything was overacted.
Wait a minute.
Well, not like him. When you get older, you start watching it again. You're like, God, he was.
Yeah, but you know what the
terrible.
funniest part of Ten Commandments is? Is that
Got
what G.
56
Robertson is the
seconds on this auction. People, $65.
I didn't know Egyptians sounded like Moses, I suppose.
Wait, get your hands off me, you dirty,
Pharaoh.
filthy ape is one of the most classic lines.
That's a good line.
It's a great line.
No, that is
is.
actually delivered quite well. He might be referring to the Statue of Liberty thing at the end.
Plus soy.
All right, Sir Christopher Lewis will take a Al personal. Wait,
No, I said, will Al
Like
take any
personal
personal
mail-ins?
mail-ins? I was too late to
Personal
mail
mail-ins.
in for today.
Mail in what?
No,
Mail in
Al's
what?
here today, so if you want a picture, but you got to buy one today, and I'll mail it off to you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, don't forget about this doll, man. This thing is, there's not many of them around. Trust
Action
me.
figure.
Chris,
Action
I'll have
figure.
Al sign one for you today.
Don't call Al's action
By the way,
figure a
does this have,
doll.
does this have Kung Fu grip?
Well,
Don't you remember
It-
G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip?
it can. You know what the difference between pink and purple is?
What's that?
The amount of grip.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really good.
Thanks.
How much time we got left before somebody is smart enough to buy this?
Guess
do we-
what?
What?
It's off the table. All right.
Off the table, boys.
All right.
All right.
We're working it, people. We're working
right.
it. Put that
What
right
else
there
we
next
got
to you,
there,
Farrah.
big guy?
I don't know.
Rob Feinstein, how much to hit Eric Sims over the head with the head?
Free.
Free. There you go. Priceless.
Yeah.
I gotta hand it to you, Eric. The
My
last time two
microphone
people
is
were
suffering.
bidding for violence against you, and
Of
you're
course.
Flipping out on
taking
me.
it
Yeah.
aside. I gotta give him that.
All right, next up,
My microphone's suffering erectile
$20 Al
dysfunction.
Snow promo picture flexing. Want to put that up there?
Look at this
Farrah?
great
sure, but
custom
his
of
mic
Al.
is, showing
I had this
erectile
great
dysfunction.
custom of Al Snow made. Who wants this great custom of Al? It's only $20, $5 shipping, $25. Let me know who wants it.
I got a little bit of lead back in my microphone's pencil, so it's back.
These
a little.
photos for $20, people. $20. Let's get it in, right? There's only is the clock up?
Clock is not up yet.
I'm waiting for the clock. I am now producing.
You are?
I'm trying to.
Okay.
Feels like you're a director.
So, do you think I maybe had a problem when I used to collect these dolls? Like, I'd take the clothes off of female
Action
dolls
figures.
and like color in the spots that weren't
Right, in
there.
your case,
Not
Did
at
you do
all.
that when you were younger too? Like, just kind of get
Not,
everything.
not really.
Take the clothes off
Not
and
really.
do what?
You didn't draw in.
No.
No.
You didn't undress your Evil Knievel? You're normal,
Not
bro.
Evil Knievel.
You were
dude. I'm talking
undressing
about
your Evil Knievel?
No, man, but like my Zero doll or Barbie doll.
You had a Barbie doll?
You had a Barbie doll?
No, but I would grab one because I had to learn about the human
What, 'cause
body.
Ken asked you to?
So,
I got 7
One of-
minutes on this post for $20.
Most of us
Special
waited
art.
until we went through puberty to learn about the female anatomy. You took it a little early, decided to go steal a Barbie doll and pencil in.
Pencil in with the parts.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you drew the bush on it?
Yes, I did.
Oh, this
Well, it was the
guy.
70s, you know. It was
It was retro. It definitely was a retro.
different times, you know.
True, Sega needed a lawnmower.
I'm
You're
talking
right.
about,
Now when I
yeah,
draw it in, I just do like a landing strip.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
used to be like shag carpeting. I'm sure a lot of young guys don't even know what shag carpeting is.
Yeah, well, you know,
Yeah,
that's their
speaking of
problem.
that, when you were younger and you met a young girl, right?
Yeah.
It, you know,
Uh-huh.
wasn't too nice down there. I mean, if you think about it.
I don't know. What kind of girls have you met? What kind of girls were you meeting?
You know,
Navigational map.
the retro look is like, it's so out. Like, I don't know.
man.
I don't know. I don't know why this is even going down that road.
I had no idea either. I had no idea that I was
know why?
going to
'Cause
come
we got
onto a
6
show like
minutes on
this.
this
Tell you what,
photo.
though, can we talk about the photo for a second?
Certainly, yes.
Alan, this photo.
Yeah.
Listen, this reminds me of when I saw you on TNA not that long ago. I am shocked at the physique you still have. Can you at least give the fans an idea? Now, you said earlier no weightlifting. Not,
No, I do. I
Not
lift
bench
weights.
presses though. What do you do to still look like this?
I do functional and compound movements primarily.
Functional and
And
compound movements. I just did that in the bathroom, and I'm no bigger than I was before I went in there. What are you?
it's a, yeah, I'll tell you. It's, well, if
You thought I was
you had
bad.
a functional,
And if you
you
want
had
an 8x10 of that, just call.
a, you had a functional compound movement in the bathroom. Then.
How do you maintain this physique nowadays?
Well, I went on the internet. It's
All right,
crazy.
people,
and
8x10. Let's go now. Let's go.
Who
wants a
went
picture
back
with
and
Al?
Googled
Sir
a lot
Christopher
of
Lewis, let's get moving on this.
old time
Everybody want 8x10?
strongmen and old time wrestlers.
Yeah.
And there was a great site. It was called oldtimestrongman.com.
Right.
Not to interrupt, but your boy Val says he knows what shag carpet tastes like.
Wait a minute. I thought they chopped off his pee-pee back in the 90s. What was that?
Well, that's why he knows what shag carpet tastes like
That's right.
and doesn't know what it feels like.
Woo! He could always use his fingers.
Come on, guys, let's go. Let's go. We're on the clock here.
Oh my
Support
God.
ESS. Let's go, people.
So it's a lot of push-ups and certain weight
Push-ups,
exercises to look like the
kettlebells.
photo?
I use heavy Indian clubs.
What, like the Sheik or something?
yeah.
Wow, that stuff works.
It's called Gata, which is a mace.
Okay.
I do.
You mace yourself?
No.
That
hey,
sounds
but
awful.
always approach women from behind. That way, if they don't see the face, they can't use the mace. You know what I mean?
Hello.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
How do you get head that way? Head? Wait a minute.
It's a family show, guys.
Yeah, I know. That's
Head
right.
that way.
Yeah, what are you gonna?
Well, you do get ahead.
What are you gonna do?
And I've just adopted that sort of training regimen. I no longer do like a bodybuilding type of workout where it's a push pull or a singular body part per day. You know, if I'm going to work out, I'm going to work out all of every muscle group, and I'm going to, and I may do it 3 or 4 days in a row. Then I'll take one day off, and then I always change and we'll change up the workouts and do something different.
How did your
I always shock
body?
them.
How did your body handle eventually getting to ECW? Because of course
Yeah.
you did not start in ECW, and of course ECW.
No, I started in 1982.
Right. So ECW, of course, with this hardcore style that was quickly evolving. And
I was probably one of the few in there that didn't really do that there. I did more
Right.
of that in WWE than I did
Right.
in ECW.
Right.
So
Right. Did it prep you at all for what laid ahead with Vince? And were you surprised?
Got
Vince
3
wanted to
minutes
take
on
you
this
in
item,
such
people.
a hardcore direction.
$20. Let's go.
that's called hardcore wrestling. Used to it was just stipulation matches. So I've done those,
Right.
for years prior. So just
Right.
not so frequently.
Right.
As I did when we had that hardcore division, but it was fun and it was a different way to tell a story and
Jay, we got
you
your
know.
picture signed, my friend.
use a different style and worked with a lot of great guys that really enjoyed doing those things with. Road Dogg, Brian James, and rest in peace, Bob Armstrong. And
was that
Bull
yesterday,
Bob
right?
just passed away.
he just what a wonderful guy! What a wonderful guy! So
Did you know
tough.
his son?
Oh yeah, I know all of them. I know all the kids. I was great friends with Brad and with Brian and Scotty, and they're all awesome.
Was Brad underappreciated, do you think?
Not by any of us that were within the wrestling business. I'll tell you that. Brad was amazing. He really was. So We lost him too soon. I mean, it was a shame. And losing Bob too. And
How about another icon from the time period with the WWE Hardcore? How about Hardcore Holly?
oh yeah, tough
How about
guy.
Crash?
Awesome guy. What a big personality. Huge, very charismatic. And
All
for
right, guys, we got
a
about
big
2
man
minutes on this.
territory.
Let's go.
Let's go, folks.
A traditionally big man territory for Crash to have gotten
$20.
as successful
$20
as he
now, let's go.
was a major accomplishment. So,
Raven, one of the most underappreciated wrestlers in the history of this business.
well, certainly if you ask him.
Well done.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, he is.
What do you think, though, about Raven? I've heard he's got a brilliant mind for the business.
He
I always
does.
love this character.
He
love
does.
his in-ring work.
Raven's amazing.
Okay.
He's great, and he just not the most socially adept. He just, I love Raven.
We're under
He's
2
awesome.
minutes on this item. Al Snow, custom artwork, looking buff with the stuff. By the way, anyone
Looking
hear
buff
about Bagwell at all? How's he
Yeah,
doing?
I have no idea.
I heard he was in that car accident, and I haven't heard much more. I know he had some minor injuries and stuff, but not much more of
As
it.
long as he
Any,
makes it through it, right?
Any
Yeah.
thoughts on Marty Jannetty recently with all of the stuff? I know you worked
I
with
don't
Marty in
know.
the past.
Listen, Marty, I think, quite honestly, if you want to talk about underappreciated, I don't think that Marty gets the credit for the talent that he really has. Marty was really, really good and was instrumental in developing and teaching Shawn Michaels.
Right.
And and Marty just he came from a rough background, and the amount of achievement that he had from where he came to where he went is amazing in that story alone.
Come on, guys,
And,
we're under a minute on this.
It's the last
It's
time
just
we saw
that
Marty.
I can't. I'm not good with time, so
Okay.
I couldn't tell you.
Recent or quite a while back?
Don't know.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Those cane shots suck.
Marty punched me in the face on one of our shows.
Yeah, that was a
Did
lot
he?
of fun.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
He didn't like what I had to say to him.
Yeah, I had a blast watching
Really?
that.
Yeah. I wasn't being disrespectful. We had a signing with him, and
Yeah.
Marty did not show up in the best shape.
Yeah.
And so we had him on for a second show, and we decided to address it on the show, and then it got a little out of hand. So,
Really?
yeah,
And I'm kind of small, so.
he laid me out. It's all right.
Jesus.
It's all right.
nothing wrong
Other
with
than
that.
that, it
Well,
I'm a
listen,
man. I'm not going to sue.
went very well.
Marty's he's a great person. He sometimes can be a little self-destructive. That's just unfortunate, though.
All right, we're out of time on that item. We're now moving on to a chair for auction.
All righty.
That way you can.
Chairman of the
That's
vote.
what you need if you're going to have a good sit. That's the leveler of the world. No matter
Can you see it at all?
no matter how much money you make or how well-to-do you are, or how successful in life,
You think?
it's the great leveler. Everybody's got to have a good sit
Ladies and
once in a
gentlemen, this is a
while.
Royal Rumble chair, event-used Royal Rumble chair from January 23rd, 2000 at Madison Square Garden.
How?
Al was part of this Royal Rumble entrant, I believe, number 21. This is opening up for auction at $150. Opening up for auction, this is an event certified chair from Madison Square Garden, the 2000 Royal Rumble, signed by Al Snow, starting at $150.
So, guys, I don't know how this works. Do they only get to bid while it's running live, or do they would the items still be available to be bid on after we're all done?
No, just only while we're on.
Just only when we're on.
Don't yell at me, Eric, okay?
So yeah, only while we're on.
There's no reason to get carried away like that. We can all be professionals here.
I can barely see him. All I see is the top of his head.
We love Eric.
We like it that way.
Got 7 minutes on this item, guys. $150.
Who wants to see the happy dance?
That's-
We got to bid on something. Someone got to make some
That's
some
Eric's
money.
favorite.
We
That's
get the
Eric's
happy
best
dance.
side is the top
I
of
haven't
his
even
head.
done my happy dance yet.
You haven't?
No!
What the hell is that?
If someone spent a lot of money, you'll find out what the damn happy dance is.
How different is
It's like
it doing?
crickets.
How different is it doing a Royal Rumble compared to? It's got to be way different, right?
Well, it is because what a lot of people don't understand is that a Royal Rumble is not, it's one long match. And the entrance and the exits are basically the high spots of the match.
Right.
It's not what you're doing individually in the match.
Right.
You're literally a spot in this one lengthy match, and if you don't communicate that thoroughly to the talent, and if you don't book the match that way,
Guys, this
don't
chair
work.
is an event certified chair, going to be signed by Al Snow
From Madison Square Garden.
From Madison Square Garden 2000 Royal Rumble.
That
Starting
alone,
bid,
from the Garden,
150.
the place of history, the Garden.
You know, do you think the Garden has lost its lure at all?
Well, Vince
I don't
is not
think so.
Vince is barely going there now.
Well, because he does, it's not the same, right? They don't have monthly house shows anymore.
Right.
Now it's
Yeah.
that traveling circus thing where they hit every state, right? They're
Right.
going into places they never used to go to before.
Right.
But it definitely is different. Well, you know, we used to go to the Garden every month.
I
right?
think that within the wrestling business, used to like, I can keenly remember working in the Midwest, and a guy by the name of Johnny Ruffin came in and nobody really knew him, and then we all found out he had worked in a show in the Garden,
Right.
and then it was like, oh, his stock rose.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I think like WrestleMania, the event, has supplanted the Garden, because now it's kind of that,
Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Garabano, $170 on the chair.
Paul Garabano.
Paul Garabano, $170. Do I hear 180? Paul, you are in the lead, and as you can see, sir, this isn't one of those Fugazi auctions, right? There's a clock up there, so we don't go accidentally
Fugazi. What's a
extended.
Fugazi auction?
don't
You know,
I
some
don't
bullshit
wanna
auction.
know.
Right?
Oh, okay.
We don't go over the minutes. So,
don't
Paul,
want to
you are.
know.
What does he got us at?
Fugazi. Fugazi.
Fugazi.
Fugazi.
190.
190 from.
Rob Hunchman.
All right, Rob, you are in the lead at 190. This is 5 minutes. This is an event.
Thanks, Rob.
Used chair.
You made Eric's assistant come alive here.
Well, that's what we need. I don't see it on the feed.
He
either.
literally sprung out of the couch like a cat.
You know what, Eric? You probably got 100 feed people bidding right now. We don't even know.
Dave's gonna help me, 'cause I don't see
Thank you, Dave. Thank God you're here, Dave.
Yeah, thanks, Dave.
He's on his Facebook.
Because
Who's in the lead right
Eric's
now,
dropping the ball.
You shared on a watch party, so you're not in the watch party. So you're on your personal page, and people's bidding on.
on my watch party.
We got a bid of Paul Gabino, 220.
Paul
220.
Garbino, 220. There is 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on this chair, Paul.
Yeah.
Al Snow signed. You choose the color, the winning bid. This is an event-used chair.
I have a
Royal
lovely-
Rumble 2000. Al Snow, you were number 21, quickly eliminated in 2 minutes by Kane.
That's an outrage.
Oops.
Was I?
Oops.
I don't remember.
remember?
I don't know. I'm making it up.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that happened there.
Unbelievable.
I feel close to you now.
You couldn't have Gilbert do it?
What do you got there, Dave?
Bob was not a bid.
Okay,
Bob is
go.
not a bid.
Bob is
So
not
we're
a
at
bid.
Paul 170.
Paul at 170. Well, that's disappointing, but thank you, Paul, at 170.
Thank you, Dave, for swerving us all. We were excited.
Thanks for that, Dave.
I realized you
you-
put a question about that you're married, and then an easily
Yeah, I am married.
190.
Why, is Bob hitting on me or something?
190. I don't know what that means.
Because he's probably saying it's easily worth 190 bucks. Well,
Oh,
then
I
bid
thought-
190 bucks, my friend. Let's go.
I thought you were.
That's what we're talking about.
I thought you were trying to date me, Bob.
Who's watching that watch
wait a
party?
minute.
Because God forbid there were pictures
That's
being on.
240.
You got it all, Dave. So
I'm watching a
even-
watch party.
okay.
Yeah, that's it.
we got 3
It's at least
minutes and
240 for a
21
date.
seconds on my clock on this pen. And who's in the lead right now, Dave?
Your mom.
Who we got? Who we got? Who we got? Who we got? Come on, come on, come on.
That is
Come
always
on now,
my
come
best.
on, come on. 305, 305. Oh, come on now.
What?
I'm looking for 200, looking for 200 here. Al Snow, signed chair, Royal Rumble 2000, the mecca of professional wrestling, Madison Square Garden. Come on, guys, don't miss out on this.
During the all-time height of wrestling's popularity, too, with the ratings.
You ain't kidding.
Come on, what are we talking here?
What's that?
Eric's now on the watch party.
Well, thank God,
Thank
for,
God
that.
for that, Eric.
Oh, Eric's
Thanks. We
watching.
were worried. We were worried.
$220. All right.
Paul Gabat. No, he's saying no.
Dave's saying no. We trust Dave, not you.
Yeah.
Dave's on the ball, Eric. You're not.
He was asking if it was 2:20 in the afternoon. That's what he was.
There is on my
Are you
clock, and
available
my clock's the one that
February
matters.
20th?
Al, this is our clock. Doesn't matter what anyone else says.
Right.
220 right now on that. So who's in the lead right now, Dave?
Paul,
Paul at 175.
170.
170. Paul at 170. Paul, you're at 170. That's an Al Snow. He'll sign it. right after someone wins this bid. We are at 206 on this. Let's go, guys. 170 is the bid. Well worth more than that. I'm telling you right now, Paul is getting it for a steal.
Paul.
This is a steal. This is an event-used chair. That means
Could you say that
somebody's
one more
fat ass was in this seat watching this event.
And it probably still has the scent on it.
You think?
You could pay extra for that.
You could have whoever sat in the
Somebody's.
fucking chair.
Oh.
Come on, guys. 140, 138. This is an event-used chair. Madison Square Garden Royal Rumble. Al Snow, participant number 21.
You're just making that
eliminated.
up. I was in the Rumble, but I don't think it was
You
21.
were 21. That I'm
I
sure
don't think
about.
so.
Did someone look that up? Al Snow, 2000 Royal Rumble, when he was in?
Somebody look that up.
I know Kane eliminated him too, by the way, but I just
Really?
don't know if the number's right.
There was that Rumble where Kane was eliminating everybody.
We are at 111. Right now, $170 is stealing this chair, people.
Yeah, pretty much.
Madison Square. This is a steal.
Yeah. It is.
Steel.
It's a steal.
Steel chair.
Madison Square Garden.
Steel
Madison-
chair.
Oh, it's
It-
steel, all right, Norton.
You know what? You're a pretty smart guy.
Thanks.
He's
You're
a pretty
witty.
smart smeller. I mean, smart fella.
He is smart, dude. He's very witty.
Very.
You think at our age we'd start losing some brain cells? This guy's getting
I have.
smarter. I'm getting
Speak for
faster.
yourself.
Let me tell you something. It's smoothing out all up in
Get a
there.
little
Oh,
smooth.
my
Not so ridgy anymore.
Lord.
No.
My dear Lord.
No.
So do they at least protect you with gimmick chairs? I always hear
No.
Well, real
gimmick
quick, with
chairs.
38
Oh,
seconds,
you get hit with
it's
these
being
things.
stolen
Yeah.
for $1.70.
They don't have the padding on 'em.
$1.70. And here's the news: as Al's brain is getting
Yeah.
flattened,
Smoother.
something may happen, and Al may do something in a month, and it's even worth more. And look what you'll be missing out
Yeah.
on right now. He may freak out and
You
do
never
something
know.
bad, and that
I might be
is
in
well
San
worth-
Francisco and a trolley will go by and the bell will ring and I'll just start slamming old women.
That's the. Think about what that chair will be worth then. You got 12 seconds. Looks like Paul's stealing this for 170.
Al Snow brutalized his head.
Yeah.
What's going on? You on the count?
We got 14, 13.
I'm at 3,
12,
2, 1.
10.
Congratulations, Paul. You have won the chair. Paul, you need to write in and tell you what color you want it signed and where you want it signed.
Yep.
That is a steal. Congratulations,
And
my friend.
he means on the chair, Paul, not like where do you want it signed, like at your house.
Al Snow's coming over. He's gonna,
He's going to sign my chair.
he's gonna bring the chair. He's gonna have a hot dog with me.
I can't wait.
Paul,
I'm going to love him and kiss him and call him George.
ES316 at AOL.com. Send us goods and services.
Eric, you need that. You need you got to get confirmation of that sale before we sign this chair, my friend.
All right.
Oh, this is
Okay.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to put that chair to the side.
all right. You want me to get it? I'm closer.
Yeah, you're okay with that?
I'll get up.
All right. Sounds good.
Oh, Dave did it.
Oh, Dave, thank you.
Are you a Donald Trump fan?
Oh, yeah.
You are?
I'm a fan of
There you go.
all that. Yeah, Donald Trump's he's great.
Good. We're going to pull this
I
right
think
out.
he's awesome.
What are you pulling out?
This Donald Trump doll.
Oh no.
This Donald Trump doll is selling for $65 signed by Al Snow.
Oh, my
If
God.
you're a fan of Donald Trump, and Al Snow is, and so are we here at Monty and the Pharaoh, our president, Donald Trump on sale. What did I say? 70 bucks?
65. You
So I
said
say 65. Thanks.
yeah.
See, my brain
You
is
said
flying.
60.
Yours
Is
isn't
that what
yet.
you said?
Want to throw it up? 65.
I don't want to throw it. That's the president.
And you're going to make me sign the president's doll?
Yes.
Right here.
Okay.
It's an Al Snow signed Donald Trump. You will not find that anywhere, people. That I can guarantee.
That is the one of a kind.
That is going to be one of a kind.
What does everybody want? My big orange head.
Yeah.
Isn't that what they say? Orange head or orange hair? Don't they, why do they even say orange? It's
He's
not
got
orange.
the
What he
fake
wants on
tan.
the chair.
Oh, is that what that is?
What's that?
Paul responded what he wants on the chair.
Well, first I'm waiting for Eric to confirm that he got payment.
Okay.
Oh,
And then we'll do
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Don't fall asleep back there.
No, no. I'm fine.
You're freezing up
We
again,
wouldn't be able
pal.
to tell. You're freezing up back there.
Take your medication.
We put a space heater behind him. He's still freezing.
What's your favorite Eric Sims story, Al?
God, there's so many.
No.
Again,
so many.
nothing for nothing. $65 and Al Snow's signed Donald Trump doll. You can't even find this doll anywhere to begin with. Then with Al Snow's signature on it, come on, guys, $65.
I think one of the first times I ever met Eric was at
Jason Rollins, Al Snow is a
Cherry
great,
Hill, New Jersey,
great
at
the children's champion of
Corluzzo's
wrestling for Warriors. That's
show
great.
where we were doing. That was the weekend of the
Jason,
NWA
why don't you
tournament
put
or
an order in,
something,
buddy?
and
Come
you
on,
had
let's go,
your
my friend. Help out and support.
gimmick table, and I think almost every guy on the
put the
show
clock
tried
on
to
there,
destroy
bud?
your gimmick table that
Perfect.
night.
Thank you.
Possibly. That happened numerous times.
So what was it? I missed the story.
Well, that's because you were talking.
I'm trying to sell.
I know.
Donald Trump, Al. Look at this Donald Trump
Kill
doll.
me.
Wouldn't you buy this thing?
Would I buy it?
Yes.
He's signing it. What did you get? Wow, it's signed by me.
I'd sign it.
Hey, Randy Hogan says hello. Big fan.
Randy Hogan.
Randy Hogan, dude.
Randy Hogan he's a fan. I believe he's still in Detroit. I met him years ago, and he is a very, very verbose Hulk Hogan fan.
Yeah.
Where he has taken on the appearance of Hulk Hogan. And I thought he used to call himself Roddy Hogan, and not Randy
Well, he
Hogan.
used to wrestle under Randy Hogan in WCW when they were making fun of Hogan back then.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
We got 7 minutes on this Donald Trump signed
What
Al
you
Snow
gonna
down.
do when
Eric, did
Randy
you get
Hogan
payment so you
runs
can sign
wild
this
on
I
last
have
you?
check?
not got the payment yet.
Can we get a call out to this man?
I'm messaging him now.
All right, thank you. Go ahead,
Since
Al.
this
Let
would
me-
be a
Right
one in
now.
a one in a kabillion item.
This is a one of a
Signed by
kind.
Al Snow. I got to ask you. When I first heard
Yeah.
that Donald Trump was running, I
Yeah.
knew. I know it sounds like 2029. I don't care. I knew he was going to win. How
Really?
did you feel? Yeah, I knew it. How did you feel when he announced his presidency?
I was
Did
like,
you laugh?
well, yeah, of course.
I remember even before he announced it. Of
course I
you
did.
really did?
Yeah, I did
really?
laugh, yeah.
See, I felt like he was gonna-
$65.
right from day
Donald
one.
Trump doll signed
I
by
didn't
Al
think
Snow.
I
Come
didn't
on,
think they
people.
would let him win.
You're not gonna find us anywhere.
Okay.
I really didn't. I didn't think they would
Okay.
let him win.
Okay. Interesting.
I thought that the people in power, I know, politics is so sensitive, but you got to keep in mind that even in when we had, monarchies, back in that day, there was always a power behind the throne.
Sure.
And, it doesn't matter who you put in the front. It's
Sure.
the ones that are in the back that never leave.
Right.
These guys get changed out.
Following.
And
Right.
it's, whether you're a right wing or a left wing, they're both wings on the same bird. So it doesn't matter.
Right.
So
By the way, Val Venus wants to debate politics with you.
that's fine.
So
Tell
if
him
you buy
let's
an
go.
Al Snow picture, Val, you could call in and debate
Yeah,
politics.
we can debate. I used to debate. We would debate politics because he
$25.
has the most
Just private
insane
message him, so
theories.
hopefully he'll
Okay.
take care of it. And
We'll get that knocked out.
yeah.
Val has the most insane political theories. They're just theories, where I actually base things on real world situations.
Right.
So Val,
Isn't Val from
touche.
Canada too?
Yes, he's from Canada.
So why
And that's
is he
where
even
we
weighing
need.
in?
Listen, that's why there's where we need to build the wall. Okay.
And Canada?
Yes, they look like
To
us.
keep Val out?
Because they look like us, they sound like us, they're not us. Okay, I know you, Val. I know your whole deal. Okay,
What's going on here?
4 minutes on the Donald Trump signed
They
Al
infiltrate
Snow
the country.
action figure.
My Uncle Manny from
Donald
Canada
Trump
can't come
action
down
figure.
anymore. What's happening here?
This is an action figure, by the way.
that is a doll.
Now this is a doll. That's a doll.
That's a doll.
I just can't get it
The
right.
other thing was an
Right.
action
That was
figure.
an action figure.
Dear Lord.
And you can
Yeah.
take its clothes off and put all the.
I again
Keep
don't
the
want
clothes
to.
off the dolls.
Yeah, that's just disturbing.
Do you think he's retro under that?
You might want to go over and lay down on the couch, and Eric can be like your therapist. You can have these conversations with us off the air
I bet your head is relieved that head doesn't wear pants because you take them off.
and
You're
try to
crazy.
draw naughty parts on him.
Zach Van Eady, come on, my friend. You got the Donald Trump doll here. We've got some pictures of Al Snow. We got a really special
Now think
picture
about this:
coming
if
up
you
next,
hate
folks.
Donald Trump,
Right.
you can buy it and use it like a voodoo doll.
Right.
And
Yeah,
stab
you could stick pins in it.
Stick
That's-
pins.
wow.
This dude's smart.
Every
He is
time.
smart.
So if you like him or hate him, buy the doll.
Right.
And if you hate Al Snow,
Well, no, wait, hold on, though.
buy the action figure, but the pins are a little harder to stick
yeah,
in.
a little bit.
Wait, though, if they start putting the voodoo pins in it, what if they go pierce your signature? Do you get the curse too?
I don't know.
Because if you sign it and the pin goes through the doll and the signature, now you're screwed.
I hope so. It might help my sciatica.
Nice. Nice. I didn't think about it. The
Well, I said that
acupuncture, I didn't think about it
Yeah,
that way.
see?
Very, very good.
I'm always
Sciatic
thinking,
rough.
man. I'm always
yeah,
thinking.
it is. Sad stuff.
Did you ever think you'd be on an auction with a Donald Trump doll in front of you?
Never.
That
Never
in
in a million
itself
years.
is
Are you
priceless.
regretting your choice to be a pro wrestler
No,
at this point?
not yet. as this goes on, I'm starting to have.
You know.
I'm starting to have considerations.
Honey, how was New York? Oh my God.
Oh my God! I'm never going back. Oh dear. William.
Oh my God!
Paul Gabrano has just paid for the chair.
Yes, Paul!
Eric Sims to the happy
Can we
dance.
bring up the
Not
chair?
yet. Not yet for the happy dance. I got to
Listen,
more money
though,
for
Can we
happy
bring up the
dance.
chair, Dave, so Al could sign it in the spot he wants?
There's not enough money for a happy dance.
Where would you like to sign it,
Don't be
Paul?
greedy.
Where does he want it?
I'll check right now. Give me 1 second.
My mother never said put a chair on the
If I
table.
accidentally
It's not
whack
good
this
for you.
over your head, please don't
To
murder
Paul,
me.
they
You're a
said
lot
to
bigger.
Paul G.
Where are
Center
you,
of chair is fine.
The center of the chair.
2 Paul G. Center of chair is
Tell
fine.
you what, let's really do this right for Al. Let's do one of these.
Wow, Farrell, you're good. In the meantime, while Paul's getting his chair signed, you guys are missing out of a one-of-a-kind Donald Trump action figure that Al Snow will sign. You'll be missing out on that. 2:23 left on the clock on Donald Trump, people. Let's go. Support ESS Promotions, the guy who brings you all these great professional wrestlers from past and present. This guy's the #1 agent in the country. This guy really takes care of people.
Pump the brakes.
All right, I'll back it off.
Don't give him a big head.
All right.
Too late for that.
I'm backing it off.
You make the head too big, he can't fit that travel pillow around his neck when he drives.
Our business and success end in ESS.
Yes. And that's PayPal ESS316 at AOL.
And if you're confused, look at this here. It's right here. It's all right
Guys,
here.
the Donald Trump doll, look at him. He's looking for you to take him home, and Al's going to put his little John Hancock on it.
Hey, he needs to be taken home. He might be out of a job come November. You never
Hey,
know.
might be.
Getting this on the film there, big guy.
You really think he might be out of a job?
I don't know. Who knows?
And that's Paul, right, for $1.70?
Boy, that's beautiful.
Can I see that?
That's beautiful.
Man, I want
No,
that
you
myself.
can't.
Can I outbid Paul? Wow, that is beautiful. How beautiful is that?
Well, Ivory said I had chick-like handwriting, so.
All right, under a minute left.
We're under a minute on Donald Trump. I don't think you're liking the Donald Trump doll there, Eric.
What's that?
You're not liking that Donald Trump doll, Eric.
Oh, I love the Donald Trump doll.
Why don't you buy it then? Stop
Someone
being
needs
so
to buy
fucking
it.
cheap.
I bring that doll.
All right,
home.
Eric Sims just bid on the
He would-
Donald Trump doll.
Eric would be going against his true nature.
$582. Wow. Yes, Eric. Nice.
Generous.
Where would you like Al to sign that for you, pal?
Yeah.
Right in the bunghole.
All right, we got 42 seconds on the Donald Trump doll. Next is coming up is the 11x14 art print specially made from ESS Promotion of Al Snow. You can't get this anywhere. This is someone else's art. All right, this is going to be unbelievable. You want to hand? We're going to take Donald Trump.
Countdown to Don, or is Don gone?
Take him off. Poor
God.
Donald. Poor Don.
Now gone.
Donald gone.
Donald gone.
All right, we'll wait for this countdown, and then the Pharaoh will put
There are
up
probably
this.
some people out there cheering that.
You think?
There might be.
Oh, gee, I wonder.
That's all right. I'll put up a Biden doll next. I'll just forget to do it.
Well, he could sniff the other doll's hair.
The action figures hair.
Yeah.
There you go. Doll sniffing
That'd be
action.
really
That
creepy.
is pretty creepy.
He sniffed the head's hair. Which is gross.
Joe Biden.
God.
They ride them.
All right, we're putting up the 11x14 art print. This is a one-of-a-kind
Is
art.
that this one?
That is that.
Is that this one?
That's right.
Let me see
Look how
this one
beautiful
goes.
that is. Now, Eric, you actually hired an artist to create this, right, sir?
Yes. Yes.
Can you tell the people about this beautiful art?
I love how he goes,
Let me see.
yes.
Well, he took a picture of Al, drew it up, and it's looks really cool.
Yeah, I
That's
look
great
cross
selling
on
right
Yeah,
there.
I don't know. Listen.
Well, I'll tell you what. That is one-of-a-kind artwork.
It
I'm
is
getting one.
one-of-a-kind.
I love it. And that's you got Al Snow with the help me on his head with head.
Right.
And that's going for $40. Well worth it,
Who
guys.
wants artwork? I only have limited
That
quantities
is something
available.
you can frame and mat.
There you can't.
Eric,
you
is
can't.
Gene Simmons aware of your S's here?
Evidently not.
I don't think so.
Evidently
Anyway.
not.
Al, how does it feel when a fan does something like this for you? This has
Well,
got to be
there have
very
been-
touching, right?
Been
I
plenty
mean-
of people that have, and I really am always flattered and and amazed at the people and their talent and
Limited
their
amounts,
ability
folks.
to do
7
that.
minutes on this item. 7 minutes. Let's
11,
go.
11 by 14. A wonderful art piece here. Who wants it?
And I'm always grateful when I see somebody has done something like that. And I've got plenty of artwork like that I put up in my office.
Huh?
And
Do you ever get the big head though? Like seriously,
No, no.
because you gotta. There's gotta be a
can't see it
buildup
on
of
this
like
watch
self-worth
party.
when people, not that they worship, but they idolize you and they're like, they're so passionate
How do
about
you
you.
filter all of that?
Yeah, that's gotta be tough.
I got to tell you, I just feel like I've been very blessed to get to do what I love to do for as long as I've gotten to do it. I'm so grateful that I've gotten to pursue my passion and make a living doing it for 38 years, and I'm even more grateful that I've been lucky enough to do things that have touched people, that make memories for them, and they do things like that where they make artwork and all of that. That really, it flatters me. It blows me away. So.
I had mentioned to you, and forgive me for bringing this up, but I already know your response, so I know that it was, I loved your response, so I want the fans to hear this, because I had seen a stupid YouTube video, and I won't give those people any glory whatsoever, but the video was wrestlers who disliked the fans the most, and when I saw your name on this list,
Yeah.
I was actually, mortified. I'm like, wait a minute, why? My first thought was just, what did wrestlers do to Al Snow to make him feel this way? But when I got to ask you in person, this is not true at all.
No, nothing can be. I personally thank every single fan who comes up and asks for an autograph, because, they'll tell me thank you, and I'm like, no, thank you, because if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have a job. And
Right.
I'm so grateful
Right.
for anyone who is a fan of me. What I get frustrated with more than
Guys,
anything
5
else
minutes on this one-of-a-kind item. 5 minutes.
are the fans who have become so familiar with professional wrestling that they now feel that they have as much knowledge as people that are within the actual business of professional wrestling, and are so critical all the time, because familiarity breeds contempt. And the more familiar you become with a topic, the more contemptuous you become of it. And now you are literally creating a situation where you can no longer enjoy it the same way you did when you first started watching it. And you now are also ruining it for other people who are simply trying to enjoy themselves and have fun and forget their troubles and and just have a departure from the real world in professional wrestling. So, those people frustrate me. Because and what frustrates me even more are the people that are within the wrestling business that now try to dictate everything towards what the opinions are of the vocal minority, as
Right.
opposed to trying to appeal to the more mass majority of general audience people that don't have the same opinions.
We got 4 minutes on this item, guys. This is a one-of-kind artwork.
It
if you
is.
think you're going to go to ESS and try to pick this up later on, it may be a problem. Get it now. Let's go.
Al, we've recently seen, and it's been, emotionally for me, it's been pretty gut-wrenching. We've seen baseball, football, basketball, hockey. Well, not football yet, because the season hasn't begun, if it does begin.
Sure.
But we've seen the professional sports cancel games with recent light of what's going on out there.
Sure.
Oddly enough, this has not been the case at all with WWE. WWE has not stepped back. They've not, had a protest of any kind. Is that due to Vince McMahon's philosophies, or is that just due to the companies not... the wrestlers themselves, there's nobody who feels they want to take a stand? Or why do you think that the WWE during this time period hasn't had somebody call for a work stoppage or anything like that? Is it due to Vince?
No, it's the number one rule in wrestling is to take shit and make shoe polish, and the show must always go on.
And the show must always go
And
on.
we, and it's a constant. Believe me, a lot of us within it would like nothing more than to take time off and to stop, because
Sure.
no sooner than you've gotten done with one event, the clock's ticking to the next, and
Right.
no matter how big or how high you've gotten it, you've got to try and grow that to go to the next level each time, and you've got to always outdo and always do as much as you can to entertain your audience and keep them to the point to where they feel like they've gotten the return on their investment of time, money, and effort to watch it. And then in turn, so much so that they go out and try to garner more people to watch it for you. If you're not constantly doing that, you're not going to survive. And, in the the business of professional wrestling, more so than any other entertainment business, it's a necessity that you've got to constantly be trying to build on what you've done before.
So it was vital that Vince McMahon continued
Absolutely.
to week after week, no
Yeah.
matter what the situation.
Because it's so easy to lose any of the ground that you've gained and lose those audience members that you may never get back. So that's the mindset of anyone that's within the wrestling business that's truly been in it for any length of time and is passionate about it, is that the show must always go on. And so it calls for people like Vince to make very hard decisions that sometimes aren't necessarily popular, but are for him, or in his opinion, the right thing to do for business as a whole, because you understand every decision he makes doesn't just affect him.
Right.
It affects so many people within that company.
Right.
and he's responsible for that. You know, so sometimes he's got to make decisions that aren't very popular.
Judging off the photo that we have on auction right at the given moment, how much time left for this one, Mike?
You got under 2 minutes.
Okay.
Actually, 1 minute.
Just out of curiosity, because I don't know the answer. So,
Yeah.
Were you ever involved in your character ever put in a comic book by any chance? Is that
Yes.
this photo? Okay.
There would be a. I was put in several comic books by a
Very
company
cool.
called CrossGen.
Okay.
They had a comic book that was called The New Gods, and I was a character in that. And then now I'm having my own comic book is being done. Then it was supposed to be out this year. We were going to go to the comic book conventions and everything and debut it, but unfortunately,
Everything.
with the situation, it's being pushed back.
Comic book
to this.
fan growing up?
Oh yeah, huge. Still am.
DC or Marvel?
Well, when I was a kid, it was definitely Marvel, and then as I got to be an adult,
Something about
and
Batman.
DC became more, well, the writing.
Right.
The writing, DC took it up a notch.
Frank Miller back in the 80s?
Frank Miller
Dark
was
Knight
good,
Returns?
but that wasn't the key.
All right,
That
guys,
was,
we're under 16 seconds on this.
All right.
And I
guys,
can't
let's
believe
go.
nobody wants this great piece of artwork.
It is
here.
unbelievable.
Let's
the writing done where they did an awesome story that really kind of
We're
rehooked
pulling
me.
this one off the table.
And that was Identity Crisis.
Yes.
And then it just took off from there. And then Marvel upped their game. I got to tell you, if anybody is a Black Panther fan, we just lost that
Yeah.
wonderful actor who played Black Panther. I can't remember his name. I'm not good with names. Grant Morrison literally, I think, reinvented Batman to the point with his character
run.
that now everyone writes Batman
Great run.
the same way.
Right.
As a very intense, very almost paranoid, pre-planning, over-the-top, obsessive.
Yep.
Even the other people, the other heroes on the Justice League kind of think he's spooky and scary
Sure.
and intense.
Sure.
And, Black Panther, Christopher Priest, his run reinvigorated and redesigned that character to where now they still use it as the template for it.
All right, here we got a JSA certified Rudy Rudiger Notre Dame picture.
Yep.
This is signed by Rudy Rudiger. This
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
This
Oh,
is
that's
going up
awesome.
for sale for $150. And we can actually open this frame picture, and Al will sign it. It will go up for sale for
Sign it if it doesn't fall inside.
$165 if you want Al to sign it. So the important part on this is Al was actually in the movie Rudy.
Yes, I was.
Maybe you could tell people about that. And by the way, we've got a troll on there by Javon Clare. Get off the fucking page, pal. See ya.
Troll.
See how easy that is, Eric?
Exactly.
All right? Get the
Javon
fuck off
Clare
the
goes,
page.
Al
There you go.
Snow
Leave
sucks.
now.
Sucks your mother's.
Easy now.
Go ahead.
Ah, fuck you.
Come on, Javon. Don't be pissy.
He's a
Come
fucking
on.
bitch. All right, let's go. Anyway,
So, you should be happy we put you over, Javon.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
you're
2
actually
minutes of glory, don't
you're
go back to the
relevant
bathroom.
outside of your small little circle there,
Yeah,
buddy.
well, your small little penis.
you're relevant outside your mommy's basement. Congratulations.
Wow.
There
Made
you
it
go.
out of there, huh?
Don't worry, stimulus checks over, pal. Back to regular life.
So anyway,
Make it great again.
Back eating mommy's meatloaf.
Oh.
Oh, meatloaf! All right, anyway, go ahead, Al.
Anyway, back to the Rudy Rudiger story.
Yeah. Yeah. A true hero.
Before Javon took us off the track.
Yeah, yeah. Good.
I got to be in the movie. It was a major motion picture because the NCAA rules, they wouldn't allow any of the football players that attended Notre Dame to be in the movie, and it was actually filmed.
Notre Dame,
on the
Rudy
campus.
Rudiger sign. Go ahead.
Was actually filmed on the campus of Notre Dame, and
I've never been there, and I love Notre Dame. What is that like when you walk into that stadium?
it was amazing. It
Does
was
it feel like
amazing.
Yankee Stadium, just the equivalent of something
Look
like
at this
that?
piece, people.
We
This
ran
is an
out at
unbelievable
halftime
piece.
to film
you guys
those
are letting
final
things pass by that are
scenes where
crazy
Rudy-
right now. You're not
Rudy
seeing this
scored a
anywhere
touchdown,
else.
and all of that. We ran out at
Touchdown,
halftime,
Jesus.
and it was on an NBC
Thank you,
televised
Craig
game
Booker.
between Boston and Notre Dame, and Notre Dame was killing them, and there was like 55,000 people in the stadium.
Right.
We run out, man. The place was crazy, just absolutely crazy. But I digress. Dan Severin, who I had trained.
Thank you, Tiffany.
both for professional wrestling and UFC. He had a friend who was a semi-pro football coach in Michigan, near South Bend, and
6
contacted
minutes
Dan.
on this wonderful piece, people. Come on now.
Dan contacted me, and we were in the movie together. So we worked on it for several months, I think from probably July until December that year, and had a blast. It was awesome. I put on about probably 30 pounds because you could eat every bit, anything, anywhere. They had craft services. Great story. We had a guy, and they were all picking on him because we were like supposed to be back like in the 70s during Rudy's time. So this guy had grown sideburns, so everybody called him Elvis. And we had you could get anything on the craft services table, anything, right? So they had little bite-sized Snickers bars and things like that out there, cookies, you name it. Well, we lost the bite-sized candy bars because I don't know if you guys know this, but in South Bend it gets incredibly cold in the wintertime. And we were in the locker room about to film a scene, and they had already used athletic tape and had mummified Elvis until the second director came in and told them all to cut him loose. And he was standing beside me at the urinals, urinating, and I
5
saw
minutes on
somebody
this
come
piece,
running
people.
up
Come on, this is a beautiful piece. Look at this thing.
to the bathroom, launched something. I saw it fly past me. It ricocheted off the wall, hit Elvis in the forehead, and knocked him completely out, split him open. He fell back, peeing on himself. And come to find out, it was a frozen Snickers bar that was brought in off of the craft service table and was thrown at Elvis, and
Wow.
then they took the candy bars away. So,
What are your thoughts on the professional wrestling career of aforementioned Dan Severn?
I think Dan, had an awesome run. He was NWA World Heavyweight Champion. He had a short run in WWF,
Did you feel
WWE.
disappointed for him? I feel like they did not handle him very well in the WWF.
I don't think that.
Why did we never see him and Shamrock absolutely murder each other in some sort of wrestling angle of some kind?
I don't think they just, Dan just didn't quite, I think, fit in the direction they were going.
Did he like the business itself?
Oh yeah, sure.
I'm just curious
Yeah.
about how he felt about the wrestling business
Yeah,
itself.
Dan loved it. Dan loved
Okay.
professional wrestling.
Thoughts on Shamrock since we're talking about these?
Shamrock, it was, he and shit.
Shamrock Severn. Who
Shamrock.
else was out there at the time?
And Kurt Angle.
Okay.
I was going to say Ken.
Okay.
Kurt Angle, Ken Shamrock.
3
Kurt
minutes
Angle
on this piece, people. Come on now.
did an amazing job of
Rudy Rudiger.
coming
Al Snow in
across
the movie Rudy.
and being able to adapt to professional wrestling and not just survive but thrive style-wise. They both did a great job of adapting to it, and then Ken, to his credit, being able to go back into UFC and adapt back to that.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
It's a different timing, it's a different distance, it's different footwork, different mindset, and to be able to, some accomplished shoot wrestlers sometimes it's very difficult for them to make that transition.
Were you a Notre Dame fan by any chance before this movie, or are you now because you were in this
I am
movie,
now
or-
because I was in the movie.
So you root for Notre Dame to this day?
Of course,
or-
I won't if Simon Diamond's around.
Simon Diamond.
Just to
You go
annoy
with him a
Simon
bit.
Diamond, yeah.
Okay.
We always get into the big debate about whether or not it's the Van Halen with
Roth or Hagar?
exactly.
Which side are you on? Be
I got
careful how you answer
I got to
this.
take Hagar.
Oh no, Mike, he took Hagar.
I have to.
Mike, he took Hagar.
I have to.
Why do
I
you
like
have
Roth.
to take Hagar?
I like
Because-
Roth as the showman, but Hagar
Yeah.
is the better singer for sure.
Better songwriter.
Whoa, wait.
Because they had more hits. They had more hits with Hagar.
Wait a minute.
They had.
Eddie Van Halen stuff.
Oh,
with the guitar
incredible,
and the early
amazing.
records.
Right, but did it sell as many? No.
Where's Eruption on those later records?
Didn't need it.
He's not even running with the devil. He's running with Hagar. They can't drive 55.
Running
What are you
with
talking
Hagar.
about? This is depressing.
Come on, guys,
now.
on this picture. Let's
Oh
go.
my
125.
So Simon Diamond and
Pulling it
I
off
both
after
have
2
a problem.
minutes.
We might as well jump.
And then we got a final picture after that. So let's go, people.
Yeah, you're making me look bad, guys.
It
I'm
ain't
not
you.
moving
It ain't you,
anything.
brother. You're fine.
Eric, what are you doing back there?
Fucking Sims
Yeah.
gets the blame.
Eric,
Yeah, we just throw Sims under the bus.
Just got to throw him under.
Unbelievable.
What did I see here?
What did you say?
Dwayne Gilbert says
Oh,
he was in studio a couple of weeks
Gilbert.
ago.
What's up, Gilbert? Gilbert.
How are you,
He tore Eric
Gilbert?
a new
He's
asshole
great.
too.
Did he?
Yeah, he killed Eric.
What? Eric.
Do you know J.J. McGuire at all?
Guys.
The name sounds familiar.
So JJ used to write all the old wrestling themes.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know
And
JJ.
now he works in
Yeah.
did work for CZW, I think down
Combat
in,
Zone Wrestling.
Get me on my page.
right?
Dean
No,
Ambrose
not
was actually-
CZW. I'm giving the wrong,
What am I
the wrong
doing?
name.
Okay.
Because I haven't
In
seen it.
Kentucky.
Florida.
It's a
Just
Kentucky
like-
organization.
Leave-
I know.
Yeah, that's a different deal.
Because with Collar and Elbow, my partner Rod and I, we were filming some commercials and stuff in Somerset, Kentucky, where Rod's located, and
Here.
JJ lives not too far from there, and he'd come and hang out, and he'd talk and tell stories and stuff. So it was pretty cool.
How did I get out of it?
How's Collar and Elbow doing? Like,
doing
how did you
great.
come up with that idea?
My partner Rod and I had,
where's
decided that we, football, baseball, basketball all have their own kind of, and like even UFC had tap out there for a while.
Right.
So we thought,
30 seconds on this item, people.
why not professional wrestling? And we wanted to make designs that, like, if you want to wear it, like, you get it, you understand what it says, and
Right.
it's an insider
It's
thing.
your-
All right,
But
Joe
if you're
Wheeler's
wearing-
asking Al to tell the story of the rib he pulled
I was
on
just having a
everyone
conversation
at
with
the
him.
Mark Curtis Memorial Freedom Hall, Johnson, Tennessee show.
Well, I'd first like to finish the Collar and Elbow conversation we were having.
I'm sorry.
All right, thanks.
I'm
though.
just trying to-
But if he buys a picture, I'll certainly cut off that thing, right? So, what's his name?
Joe Wheeler.
Joe Wheeler is one of my customers.
Big Joe, can you buy a picture, please? Want to pull that off? Buy a picture, and then you can ask Al all you want. If not, I just want to finish the cut. You can keep that there. We're putting up the last picture, everybody. This is the last picture of the night. We got 7 minutes on it. It's custom-made Al Snow, many different types of
Many faces of
many
snow.
faces of snow. Farrell.
faces
So
of
anyway, the
snow.
collar and elbow thing.
Yeah, we wanted to make designs that you could wear, and if you won't have that dick that is like, hey, wrestling's fake.
Right.
And you're like, well, thanks, Angela Lansbury. How long did it take for you to put the clues together to figure out that mystery? And but if somebody sees it, they think it's a cool design. If, you're a wrestling fan, you see it, you get it, you relate, you guys can connect.
Right.
And then we wanted, we try to get the highest quality shirts, the highest quality material so that it's comfortable. And it's like that shirt that you want to go and dig through and find and wear on a regular basis.
Do you ever run into some kind of copyright stuff though?
No,
Like, you can't use like WWE guys. You can use whatever you want. or-
Well, we come up with our own designs. The one that we did run into, which we just didn't want to bother arguing with, was Pro Wrestling Illustrated. They used to make that red shirt.
Yep.
So we made one that just said Pro Wrestling and then CXE underneath it. And we'd done all the homework and found out that they hadn't, it wasn't trademarked or anything. We were completely in the right. We could use it, but then we were contacted and asked not to do anymore. And we just, okay, that's fine.
We got 6 minutes. You can bid on anything.
So-
After the 6 minutes, this auction is over. We are shutting it down. So you got 6 minutes. There were 4 pictures shown. Again, I'm going to tell everybody, 8x10s, $20. 11x14s at $30. We got 11x14 special art made of Al Snow for $40. And if you want anything other than Al Snow's signature, it's extra $5. Again, guys.
I'm not going to, put bodily fluids or anything on it, so don't ask for
well,
that.
You don't even have paper towels.
You got 5 minutes before the auction closes.
What is
wet
that?
wipes.
What is that rib story from the Mark Curtis Freedom Hall show?
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember it.
The rib that he pulled on everyone at the Mark Curtis Memorial Freedom Hall, Johnson City, Tennessee.
Got a year? They could have
I remember the show, but I just don't remember the rib. And hey, I mean, let's be honest. I don't rib people.
Yeah. He's innocent. He swears.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it's your last
I
chance
do remember
for
with
photos
Bill
of Al
Apter.
Snow if you want.
Photos,
Anything
action
Al
figures.
Snow, action figures, anything you want. Now you have 4 minutes left. This is last call. Last call.
From a Smoky Mountain Fan Appreciation Weekend, Bill Apter taught me the Dean Martin or the Jerry Lewis broadcaster memory test. And he took me through it, and I still remember it to this day. And we actually, whenever we call each other, we'll say like a couple lines out of it. So it was
Were
pretty
you
awesome.
surprised to get any problem over the Pro Wrestling Illustrated takeoff design on your shirt? That's Bill Apter, isn't it?
Well, Bill's not part of Pro Wrestling
Not
Illustrated
anymore, huh?
No.
He's always,
Joe
and
saying where you
it's fine.
pretended to be seriously hurt?
When we did I did a match and at the, I had at the right time. I basically took a bump over the top rope and acted like I blew my knee out, and then I never told anybody. I've done it a couple times, except for the guy that I was working with, and I did it at Frank Goodman's show with Steve Carino one night too.
Steve Carino.
So, because right before that, just set the stage. You guys remember the old Frank Goodman shows? I mean, 5 hours long, and so some guy picks this other guy up, like the match right before me and Carino are about to go out, and I'm looking at Carino, going, "What are we going to do?" Because they've already had Raven, Mick Foley, Sandman, like everything under the sun that can be done. Even Fred the Elephant Boy.
Fred the Elephant Boy.
Oh boy.
Was attempting to get in the ring and basically hooked his baseball bat on the ropes, took his own bump. What am I going to do, at hour 4 that they haven't seen? Yes, Dave, holding his hand up high.
Craig Bhojpuriya. If I pronounce him correctly.
Bouchard.
Craig
Al
Bouchard.
Snow 4 just signed.
Number 4, Al. Yeah, that picture. He wants it signed.
Okay.
So, Craig
Don't
Bouchard.
yell at me, Eric.
And he's pointing too. I thought it's not
I
polite.
know
3
it.
minutes.
It's not polite to point.
What color pen there, Craig?
Out of here.
Makes me think that you're holding your penis up.
Oh, God.
How come I didn't see this on
Pencil.
To Craig,
Well, you told me I was going on my regular page.
Yes, but I'm on the watch party.
How do we get the spelling on the first name, please?
Craig.
Craig.
Just making
All
sure.
right.
Weird, because
Thanks,
how am I
Craig.
going to see anything?
Thank you,
Thank you.
I'm on
Craig.
one page
Thank
and
you.
then things coming on the other page.
Al, you can't blame the, we probably sold 1,000 pictures right now. They can't figure out what. Maybe we should just do one watch party. That might help. Just saying.
So I'm going back in blueprint.
He wants blueprint, not yellow.
Oh, well, that's good. I just did it in yellow.
Well, now you're going to do it in blue.
Well, I'm
So,
going to do
so
it in
say
blue.
that want to do it in blue. I'll
That's all.
take it from
All
there.
right,
I'm sure there's another Craig out there somewhere.
I will send that to him too.
My name's Craig.
So do I now? I do.
You're doing that same photo in blue.
Blue.
Got another
225 on this. 225. Hey, Ken.
No personal.
Not personalized. Hey, Ken. Feed another auction, pal.
Fucker.
You did, right?
I'm telling you.
I'll tell you.
No, Ken's, Ken.
I know.
This
Ken,
isn't
that's-
personalized, though, right? This is just a straight auto. Or what? What's
No,
this?
not to Craig.
Nope.
Just
We're not
Al
doing
Snow.
it.
No
Craig?
personalization. Just signed.
All right.
You can finish this to Farrell.
That's a nice signature you got there. We covered that earlier.
I told you. Ivory said I wrote like a
Beautiful.
chick.
Unbelievable.
Beautiful. Thank God you didn't wrestle like it. Never mind.
You still watch? You don't really watch product much anymore, right?
I don't have an opportunity
Now I have
with
to
But
go-
you
all
do know the
responsibility.
stars,
I have to go, now I have
So
to.
yeah.
So who's the best looking woman in your opinion
Alrighty.
in the show right now?
Now I have to go to all this other.
I don't know.
You
That's
got that
gotta
up
be a
there,
tough
Big
call.
Bad?
There are a lot of
How's that looking there,
very
man?
attractive women on the shows.
There is.
There really are.
Good.
Craig, that's a beautiful picture. Thank you for ordering, sir. Really appreciate it. We're down to our last 30 minutes before we let Al Snow out of studio. Al, we got to thank you for coming on. First of all, doing
Oh,
our
thank
show,
you.
and thank you for doing this auction.
Yeah.
You are one incredible human being, and
That's what I tell
He's
people.
smart, too. That's what I tell him.
he's pretty smart.
He's
He's a smart
fella.
guy.
Smart guy, smart fella,
He's a smart
or
fella.
a fart smeller.
You just use your line, Farrell.
Yeah.
It's okay. I didn't copyright it. I'm an idiot. Go on.
You'd have Al Snow money right now if you did.
About Snow Buddy.
You'd have Al
That's
Snow
great.
money. Al,
would
any
be good,
last
though.
words
I'm
for
not
the
kidding.
many fans that you
Anyway.
have out there, my friend?
Thank you for being a fan, sincerely. I do not hate any of you.
Yeah, can we please?
I want to make that clear. I
Yeah.
don't hate any wrestling fans.
Everybody sees that video.
I'm so grateful and cannot thank each and every one of you sincerely enough for being fans of wrestling, for supporting wrestling. Even if you complain about wrestling, I don't care. I'm just glad that you care enough about it to support it, watch it, so that, that we have the art and the sport and the business that I love so much and continue to get to do and be a part of in some degree or fashion. So thank you guys, and don't believe the rhetoric that I hate any of you, because I don't.
And there it is, folks.
Farrell hates you, though. So with that, we're going to shut down the show. I want to thank you, Al.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back
thank
in
you,
about
man.
5 minutes with a
Thank you so
live
much.
auction with Doink and Dink. Again, what an honor to have Al Snow on our show and as part of the auction, and we'll see you in about 5.
Now, don't you shortchange Dink, okay? Don't! He might come up short on things, but he'll come through. Don't let him fool you.
All right, brother.
Especially if you ask him to show certain body parts.
That's it.
Oh, man. Holy long dong silver. Later.